dubbed Divas Cat Engelbert is breathing a sigh of relief. Her pretend friends in the mainstream media, they are trying to crown a new star. If the media has it their way, this could potentially be the new face of pretend basketball. And it's not just the woke media. There are even some in conservative media who are voluntarily biting into the shit sandwich. Headline at Outkick. No, Caitlyn, no problem. Paige Bueckers can save the WNBA season.
You would think by now ESPN and the WNBA would have learned that you can't just slap a crown on someone's head and expect fans to buy the fairy tale. But nope, they tried it again. They tried to sell us Paige Bueckers as the heir to Caitlyn Clark's throne, and it blew up in spectacular fashion. The so-called prophecy collapsed right there on the hardwood, exposed under the harsh lights of Seattle's defense. No coronation, no smooth passing of the torch, just a cold, brutal reminder that hype only survives until reality.
It's a little bit different out here when you get Caitlyn Clark treatment. It ain't so easy peasy getting to play one-on-one, getting to just do your thing, how you want to do it, when you want.
These steps on the court. Let's not sugarcoat this. Paige Bueckers got her first taste of what Caitlyn Clark has been dealing with for over a year, and she folded like a cheap lawn chair. The media wanted us to believe this was Clark 2.0, the next savior of women's basketball, the carefully constructed queen-in-waiting. But when Seattle rolled out the Caitlyn Clark treatment, traps, doubles, relentless pressure, Paige didn't look like a superstar. She looked like a rookie lost in a storm.
It's a little bit different, huh? It's a little bit different out here when you get Caitlyn Clark treatment. It ain't so easy peasy getting to play one-on-one, getting to just do your thing, how you want to do it, when you want to do it. Paige Bueckers got the Caitlyn Clark treatment for one game, and it...
2 for 11 from the field. 0 assists. 2 rebounds. That's not a headline performance. That's a sympathy box score. And here's the kicker. The media had just finished parading her 44-point outburst against the Los Angeles Sparks like it was the second coming of Diana Taurasi. They drooled over her efficiency, screamed about how she hit 200
in the 2025 season. One, people really want to act like Paige Bueckers and Caitlyn Clark have had the same rookie season. Absolutely not. Caitlyn did everything she did her rookie season with 17% of the league's flagrant fouls called against her.
Points and 50 assists faster than Clark, and practically begged us to believe she was the more polished product. But let's be real. That 44-point game was built on buttersoft defense. It was one-on-one post-ups and wide-open jumpers. The Sparks played like traffic cones and Paige cruised. Against Seattle? Different story. The Storm didn't throw her a coronation parade. They threw her into a blender. And she came out looking like the WNBA's biggest case of false advertising. Now this is where the hypocrisy stings.
Of one Paige Bueckers, oh, she's better than Caitlyn Clark. I mean, stab me in the eye with a spoon, for Christ's sakes. Wow. So that's a thing right now. Last night, Paige Bueckers dropped 44 points. And we're going to look at a video that just dissects and exposes a lot of that shit, let me tell you.
Caitlyn Clark has lived under this treatment since the second she entered the league. She's been doubled 94 feet, hacked with flagrant fouls, targeted like she was public enemy number 1. 17% of all flagrant fouls last season were against Clark alone. Think about that. An entire league gunning for her, and she still sold out arenas, smashed records, and dragged Indiana from irrelevance into playoff contention. Meanwhile, Paige, who ESPN swore up and down was the next big thing, got one night of that same pressure and disappeared. Not just struggled, disappeared. And you want me to buy her as the face of the league? Please, this is...
The thing that bothers me about all of it, once again, is just the inconsistencies in coverage when it comes to certain players in the league. And specifically, when it came to Caitlyn Clark last season, Caitlyn Clark ran away with the Rookie of the Year award. She ran away with that early on in the season. And you had so many people, like even on ESPN, I remember multiple clips and they're saying, well, and it was last year and Caitlyn Clark did not win unanimous Rookie of the Year. But if you're going by the media standards and what people were saying last year, I just think it's interesting.
Where Diana Taurasi's warning comes full circle. Remember when she said this kid's in for a rude awakening? Everybody mocked her, clipped her quotes, twisted her words. But what did we just see? The rude awakening. Paige Bueckers, hyped up by media execs desperate to bottle lightning twice, was handed her first dose of Clark-level intensity. And she couldn't handle it. Diana was right. ESPN was wrong. And fans saw it live at Let's Talk numbers, because numbers don't lie. Clark's rookie season, 41.7% shooting, often on contested bombs from 28 feet out. Bueckers, a smooth 47.4%, padded with mid-range freebies against defenses that barely broke a sweat. The media clung to that efficiency stat like it was gospel, telling us Paige was the better player. But the second she faced real defense, she clinked her way to 18%. 18. That's not more polished. That's a glass vase shattering the second it's tapped. And here's the brutal irony. The Dallas Wings drafted her number 1 overall, cleared the runway, gave her the stage, and what happened? 9 wins, 28 losses. Dead last, out of the playoffs, irrelevant. Contrast that with Clark, who inherited a basement-dwelling fever team and within a year had them in the postseason, had attendance skyrocketing, had merch flying off the shelves. Clark didn't just lift her team, she lifted the entire league. Bueckers couldn't even lift Dallas out of the basement. Yet we're supposed to call her the savior? Yeah, save that for comedy night, and don't get me started on the excuses. She's coming off an ACL tear. That injury was years ago. Clark never got an adjustment period, never got a soft landing. She was thrown into the fire, treated like a tackling dummy, and still thrived. Paige gets blitzed once, and the narrative machine crumbles. Her fans went ghost. All those folks screaming better than Clark suddenly got laryngitis. Funny how that works. Seattle didn't just win a game. They wrote the blueprint. They exposed the myth. They showed every other team how to smother Paige until her game collapses. Trap her high, cut off the lanes, body her at every turn, and watch the numbers vanish. And that's exactly what will happen game after game, because once the league smells blood, they don't stop. Ask Caitlin Clark. She's been living that reality since day one, and she still shines through IT. What's left of the Paige Bueckers hype train? Nothing but ashes. The WNBA and ESPN tried to manufacture a rivalry, tried to clone greatness, tried to trick fans into believing you can just conjure up another Clark by committee. But greatness doesn't work that way. You don't manufacture Tiger Woods. You don't fabricate Serena Williams. You don't cookie-cut a LeBron James. And you sure as hell don't crown Paige Bueckers as Caitlin Clark 2.0 because of a hot shooting night against the Sparks. That's not greatness. That's narrative malpractice. The reality is simple. There is no next Caitlin Clark. There's Clark, and then there's everyone else. Clark is the one carrying the league on her back, the one absorbing hits like an NFL running back while still dropping highlights, the one selling tickets, jerseys, and national broadcasts. Paige is a nice talent, maybe even a future all-star. But she's not Clark. She never was. And pretending otherwise insults fans who know the difference. Now the question hangs in the air. Did Seattle officially end the Paige Bueckers experiment? Did we just watch the media's favorite storyline collapse in real time? Because from where I'm sitting, that wasn't just a bad night. That was a revelation. A flashing neon sign that says, stop forcing fake queens, stop selling hollow hype, and start appreciating the generational talent you actually have. Caitlin Clark is the WNBA. Everyone else, fighting for second place. And if you disagree, if you still think Paige Bueckers is the one to take over, just ask yourself. When the blitz came, when the doubles hit, when the defense treated her like Clark, did she rise? Or did she give up the ball and disappear? You saw it. We all saw it. Reality doesn't lie. Now here's the fun part. I want to hear what you think. Was this the night the Paige Bueckers myth died? Or is the media going to keep running this scam until the next collapse? Drop your thoughts, because if one thing's clear, the fans are smarter than the hype machine. And the fans? They've already picked their queen. It's Clark. Always Clark.